Welcome back, we're here for more Haikyuu, and who are we to put a quash on the enthusiasm of someone that is willing to go to steps above and beyond what you'd thought even acceptable? Crashing into places where they've not been invited? Sticking around just because of their sheer excitement and charisma, really. It really is an inevitability. Anything that he sets his mind to, Hinata is bound to get. Although, maybe training at the Olympic choosing ground thing isn't one of them. We'll have to see, though. But Season 4 is underway. So let's get started. Of course he wasn't. That ill smug face of just someone that's gone with his heart and what he wants. Facing off against those that are also up there. He'll be the best damn ball boy there is. That's probably the most enthusiastic ball boy we've ever seen. The thing is, with anything that gets him one step closer to his goal of actually just continuing to play volleyball, doesn't matter what it is. And considering now we have a whole variety of new teams and players that we'll be going up against, how far from the what was it, garbage dump are they going to come as a team this time? I think their indomitable spirit has really brought up the rest of the team. Sure, they had some pretty good players, but the fact that nothing has managed to keep them down no matter what they're faced off against. Sure, they are missing a few players during training here. They've up and gone elsewhere, but just means there's more time for each of them here. And I do want to see more of Yamaguchi and his honing of his serves. He's going to have a fun time later on. Oh. So we've got the old coach, the legend in hospital for a while. Are you sure? They are all players aiming to be a little better. for it would be good to do a little introductions with them all. I doubt I'll remember many of them if we do get. If nothing else, he is going to make some people remember him. Whether he means to or not, he's definitely turning some heads. I mean, the distance from the top, whether you're tall or not, it's just Hinata's been there just from his jumps. He was so excited just then. Is he also going to get a little bit from this? You know, as a ball boy, you're gonna up his receiving a little. Get his eyes a little adapt into seeing these spikes. Yura Shota. He is, even as a ball boy, taking in everything he can from this. Only because he has some potential. If you didn't shout at him, you would bring it all out. Well, there's always a time where we can be a little immature, no matter how old you get. But also the fact that the coach has so much somewhat in common with him. His growth that he's managed to obtain throughout all of this is staggering. Maybe not. It's a new experience for him. He's never given up, even with no backing before. No real opportunities given to him. Is this his mental strength starting to actually be sapped away slightly? Some doubt creeping in. Can't keep up. This is to be expected of you. He's kind of getting to him, but for the wrong reasons there. Is he just trying to probe him about what he actually thinks of the kid? Nothing will change your mind about his place of being here. Removes unnecessary hair and leaves skin feeling silky smooth. I am so glad we get to see a little bit more of this side. But you can really tell from where you have to start, training with the ladies and whatnot. The fact he's so restless. He hasn't had the best start to it all, but he's still getting to this point now. It's a bit tense. The trouble, how do you shut down someone's enthusiasm like that while they're still not doing anything particularly disastrous? Now is this going to be somewhat allowed? Sometimes being a little bullheaded actually works out for the best, apparently. Be the best damn ball boy you can. Excuse me. Now the true danger. I mean, to be able to go through that so thoroughly, having the message instilled easily. He's what next? God. Why do I love Suga's face? I mean, he's such a character, isn't he? Who else would rush off and do something so reckless? As long as others actually see how much it actually means to him. Actually learn their names, come on. He is actually doing the duties of this ball boy pretty thoroughly, taking in everything with his eyes. What is up to offer, even if he isn't involved personally. Almost. If he can take from this being a ball boy, actually receiving some of these spikes, building up quite the defense when it was needed. I mean, we've seen how much a little bit of information goes, and actually being so observant as he is, and how invested he is into volleyball. Ah. What are you doing? So now they're here for practice, and they get to go up against him and the rest of the team. Must be good training for them. He so wants to be part of that. I mean, he might as well not be there, though. Huh? What's going on? Seeing him being reduced to like a ball boy instead of actually being in the practice itself, despite how much trouble he's caused during their matches. Are they going to actually question the coach themselves? Actually let each other know what's going on. Communication is key. Go on, get up. There's no time to be playing around. It is good experience, all of this, isn't it? Because he wasn't invited. He's probably going to love that answer. A question he's probably been asking himself, but someone get the number of that truck. At least he's picking up a new move. I like how all the others are just practicing service, but Yamaguchi, that's mainly what he's here for, so taking this bit of practice a little harder. Best for the team, not for the player. How many people have been kind of stumped of their potential because of what was good in the moment, not the future? But as long as he doesn't break, there should be some interesting things that we will see. I mean, if they don't think at least they can pull something out of their ass, then what's the point of even playing? Don't go in admitting defeat straight away. It's a very stiff movement. Having things so stacked against him. There's been a moider. The many different viewpoints all circling in his head. He's doing his damnedest. One thing to make him stand out. He's got the mobs. For someone that can take that kind of pressure and having others look down on him, know that he's not like in the right place, both physically, mentally, and locationally, I guess. And not give up in any of it. Keep pushing on. Having others in his team get noticed and recognized ahead of him. Sometimes not standing out is a good thing, but when you're reaching for the best, he's trying to make the best of every situation he has, despite having little to go on before. I wish I had something that I enjoyed doing as much as Hinata loves volleyball. And we saw it in this episode. There are others out there, other coaches, that have interest in him. So despite being rough around the edges, lacking many a thing, Hinata does have talent on board of his boundless energy. The fact it mostly comes from just pure hard work and sweat and tears that he puts into it all. When things are getting on top of you, yeah, as he says, just try and change your perspective. Think of it in a different light. It's how we handle situations is really what defines us. Is this a time for him to be fleeing from it all and burying his head? Also, the fact that it's just, that's number 10. I'm gonna crush him here at this practice. Wait, you're not playing? Sure, the fact he was here, you kind of think, oh, he'll be on the practice as well, but the fact it also seems so natural that someone like him would be practicing here, be invited. Must mean something. Yeah, I hope that during his time here, Nato will get the best out of it, even if he isn't fully in part of the practice himself. As I said, you can pick up quite a lot. Seeing how the others perform, each of their little intricacies, things that your team may not be using. He can be the best damn ball boy there is. That's part of what we love about him. No matter what happens, he always kind of picks himself up and tries to stride ahead. There are some things that... Well, there are some players that can get by just on size, strength, ability, skills. And there are others that need to turn the tides in their favour. And Hinata is definitely one of them. We know that Crisano's defence isn't the greatest, even though they have a really good libero. If he can gather something from this, since he's running around getting balls all the time, seeing what else he can do on the court other than being up there by the net. I don't think he's going to be able to change the coach's way of thinking about how he deploys players onto the court or into the team, but at least he's making him look in his direction. Didn't kick him away immediately. It's got to take some doing. Haikyuu is one of those shows which is... It's flamboyant and fun, and yet at the core of it is just about enjoying what you do. If you've got something that you love, don't give up on it. I really needed that lesson like 10 years ago. That was another episode of Haikyuu, one that I think I'm going to get behind. We've had so many matches that we've seen, like, sure, intercut with bits and pieces outside of them, but now seeing the cooldown in between tournaments, being able to have that grace period where we have all of the training, seeing what they're getting up to in between, having the bit of interactions between characters. It was sorely needed, and I'm glad to have it. If you've enjoyed, let me know. Leave a like and a comment down below. Consider subscribing. But most importantly, take care of yourselves, get some rest. I'll see you in the next one. If you want to help me on my journey to become the best damn ball boy there is, consider joining onto my Patreon and help grow my channel a little bit further. And much like what you need for volleyball, I don't have height, strength, or really hand-eye coordination. But what I do have is masses of confusion of why any of you stick around. But I do need to thank Noku, Raywin, Sal, Afia, Kite, Mystic Square, Shiwan, Mats, Gurley, Cardboard, Acne, Diego Zenhausen, Tori Jane, the Kebab Seller, and everyone else. Because thanks to all of your help, I may actually achieve something. Probably not anything good, but something.